Hello and welcome to the Future of Real Estate. I'm Brett Ellis with the Ellis team at Keller Williams Realty here in sunny Southwest Florida. And it's time for our June 2017 Sellers Club edition. This is where we inform you some stuff you probably won't see anywhere else in headlines or in the newspaper and that sort of thing. So we dive deep and give you some stuff that we think you really need to know about. So as we know, on average, home buyers inspect about 12 homes before picking a home. So when it comes to pricing, you want to make sure that you're competitive with those 12 homes. So where does your home fit in this market? So we've analyzed the basically month supply of inventory on the market. And if you've got a home in the $200,000 to $250,000 range, you got about a 5.19 month supply. If you've got a $1 million home, you've got almost a 2-year supply. The average is 6.29 months. A balanced market, we think, is 5.5 months. So anything over 5.5 starts to tilt a little bit towards the buyer's market. Under is the seller's market. 6.29, pretty fairly balanced. We'd say that's a pretty healthy market overall, but it really depends on where your home is and how long you should expect it to take it to sell. So let's look at homes sold this year versus the last 2 years. And you can see we've got the green line here. This is 2017. Our home sales are lagging behind 2015 and even 2016. So we're just behind a little bit. Nothing terrible, but it is down. However, I pulled up our Keller Williams office compared to the Board of Realtors, the entire board. And when I look at May this year versus May of 2016 last year, the board was up 4.53%. in closed units in May, and Keller Williams was up 34%. So that's a difference of 29.62% over here. The volume, we beat the board by almost 1%, so pretty close to same. Listings taken, we're up 36%, and volume we're up 54%, so that's where your future closings are going to come in. And then our listings sold, the board was up 4, but we were up almost 63%. So Keller Williams is really hitting it hard. We've got some agents that are really pounding the streets, really out there looking for buyers, and it's about a 58% difference, and on volume about almost 87% difference. Contracts written, this is an indicator of what's going to happen going forward. The board was up 20%, and Keller Williams is up 31%. So going forward, we expect to have some good months, not only in terms of listings, pendings, but also those contracts written. Let's look at what sales prices are doing. Sales prices have come up a little bit, although they've kind of flattened out. In fact, they're down in April from what they were in March. And if you look at previous Aprils, they tend to, that's where we start to see our move. It's not uncommon to see, so we're doing pretty well, but we did see a little dip in April, and commensurate with those home sales going down as well. So we'll kind of keep our eye on that going forward to see if our market is maxing out or not. Here's our current inventory right now. And I've added the trend line. You can kind of see that listings are kind of trending up. And in fact, the total listing counts are going up. So that's one of the things we're going to be watching. If you've got a home for sale and you see this trend line going up, you need an agent that really hits the marketing harder. Anybody can give your house away. We don't want to just underprice it, because at the right price, anybody will sell it. We don't want to give your house away, so you need that extra marketing oomph, and we'll share with you a little bit about that. Now, I've got a thing that we're tracking that nobody else tracks. It's called invisible inventory. So remember that month supply of inventory by price range? What I did is I went back and calculated how many homes were for sale longer than the average time it takes to sell in that particular price range. And what you're going to find is this is the invisible inventory. The market average is at 15.4%. But if you've got a home in the 200 to 250 range, 20% of the homes are what we call overpriced because they haven't sold. They've been on the market longer than the average for that category. Only 8% in the $1 million or more. So even though we have almost a 2-year supply of homes, they're not only 8% of them are what we consider severely overpriced, such that they're probably never going to sell unless they do something in terms of reducing the price. In the less than 50, I wouldn't get too worked up about that because there's only 3 that have been over, and there's not very many listings, so it kind of skews the data real quick. But you have to ask yourself, if I've got a home in a certain category and it's exceeding the normal marketing time, I've either hired the wrong agent, they're not doing the marketing, I'm trying to sell it myself and that's not working, or I've overpriced it, or maybe a combination of all three. So that's one of the things we delve into and look at in terms of what's it going to take to get your home sold. Let's look at some of the marketing that we do. We have a full-time marketing manager that takes our listing shots and then just makes them come alive. This is a home we sold off of McGregor, and this shot was actually taken at night, and he just made this home come alive, and we're just real proud of the way that showed out. Now the thing about this home is it was like a forest around it, so it was really hard to get a good photo of this home, but we think we managed to do it, and we had to take a night shot to do it, but it came out real well. We've had great online success. We had an open house in Reflection Lakes, had over 70 people come out. We just did one last weekend over in Tanglewood, and over 2,155 people reacted to this ad alone. And it's just, we take that home, as you can see, this home's got an updated kitchen and whatnot, and we make that come alive. And we've got a couple interested people coming from that open house. So if you hear people say open houses don't work, yeah, if you just stick a sign up and don't do anything, they're probably not going to get you much. But if you really know how to target the buyers for that specific property and advertise directly to those buyers, then you can effectuate some people coming through and maybe creating a sale. We've done that a number of times this year. The other thing I tried to look at was I did an analytics report on just one of our websites. So this is LeeCountyOnline.com, and I'm looking at the country. So we're in the United States. You would expect United States to win out. But we're getting, a good number in the last month from Canada, Germany, Austria, United Kingdom, Netherlands, Puerto Rico, and Sweden. So the other thing I'd like to look at is the average duration that they're on the website. So that you're talking over 5 minutes from the United States, 12 minutes from Germany. People in Austria are spending over 31 minutes on our website. So they're really diving deep and looking at what's on the website, looking at the listings, looking at market reports, looking at home values. They can do all of that there. So we have conversion ratios. We know where the buyers are coming from. They're spending an awful lot of time on there. 55% of our website visitors are new. So we got 45% coming back. So over 12 or 13, 1,400 are new people finding us. Now we've got one of the most popular websites out there, LeeCountyOnline.com. We also have TopAgent.com and some others. But I just like to kind of take a look at that because our reach is international and whatnot. So if you want to contact us, Sandy and I can be reached at 239-489-4042. And there's our email addresses, Brett or Sandy at TopAgent.com. We'll take real good care of you. We'll sit down with you, show you what your options are, tell you how it should be properly priced. We get top dollar for our listings. Our listings sell for more money, and they sell 19.7% faster than the average realtor. I just did one the other day where we got about 2% more than the other realtor we were competing against, and our home sells on average 66 days faster than that realtor. So like when we're on a listing interview, we will ask you, who else are you interviewing? And we'll just go to the MLS and then look at this, pull the stats, and whatever they are, and we'll print them out and we'll show them to you. Then you can make an informed decision. These are things that some sellers don't know to ask, or maybe they're embarrassed to ask because they don't want to let their agent know that, hey, I'm interviewing other people. By the way, what are your stats? I don't think it's a bad question at all. Go ahead and ask it. We'll be happy to answer it. And if we win, we win. If we're behind a little bit, I haven't seen too much of that, but maybe there's an agent out there that's got a couple listings and they sold them real quick and maybe they'll beat us. But whatever it is, we'll share it with you. Again, I'm Brett Ellis at the Ellis team at Keller Williams. Thanks for tuning in to the Future of Real Estate.